Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Thank you. Today is March 26, 2026, and it is 6:30 p.m. And I am calling this Carson Parks Recreation and Cultural Affairs Cultural Arts Commission to order. Um, yeah. So with that, we will get started with. Oh, I'm sorry. We need to start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Roll call.
Um,
Roll call.
oh, can we have a roll call, please?
Chair Lawrence,
Here.
Vice Chair Kinglet,
Present.
Secretary Hilliard, Commissioner Cortado, Commissioner DeHelig, Commissioner Gonzalez, Commissioner Hunter,
Present.
Commissioner Langston, Commissioner Johnson, Commissioner Brown, Commissioner Briantes,
Present.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Sky. Sky Jordan.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, over God, to liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Sky. All right. Without further ado, we're going to move on to agenda item number 1, where we are going to say CONGARTULATIONS to our spelling bee winners in agenda item number 1. Director Whitaker, or
Well, thanks for everybody for coming. I'm going to introduce
The Community Services Recreation Park Maintenance Department embraces and enhances community diversity through programs, services, and facilities that improve the quality of life for people of all ages and abilities throughout the community. The department fulfills this mission through youth sports programs, dance, arts, and academics. The department would like to congratulate the youth being recognized today for their outstanding efforts during the 2026 Spelling Bee. Their dedication and perseverance embody the spirit of these programs, and they do not go unnoticed. Recommendation is received and file, and these are our 2026 Spelling Bee winners, Mr. Chair.
thank you.
Hello, everybody. Just want to congratulate our winners for third, second, and third place for the City of Carson Spelling Bee 2026. We're going to be starting with our third place winner for kindergarten, Walter Rataya. Next, we have our second place winner for kindergarten. She is Victoria. Victoria?
Come up, Victoria.
She's hiding behind me. And for our first place winner for kindergarten, we have Lily Fritz. Next, we'll go to our first grade. For third place, we have Antonio Barajas. And for our second place for first grade, we have Zoe Rencon. And for our first place in first grade, we have Natalie Berejas. And for our second grade, for our third place winner, we have Serena Vasquez. And for our second grade in second place, we have Ellie Ozio. And for our first place in second grade, we have Luna Ponce. We will be going to our third grade. In third place, we have Daniel Sohan. And our second grade winner is Alexander Mason. And for our first grade winner for the third grade, we have Fernando Garcia. We'll now go to our fourth grade. For our third place winner, we have Landon Ibu. And for our second place winner, we have Duke Barades. And for our first grade winner in fourth grade, we have Emily Zamudio. And for our fifth grade, in third place, we have Matt Estonato. And for second place, we have Angelo Mortaya. And for our first place winner, we have Zain Sarsaba. And that will conclude all our winners for Spelling Bee. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Now we're going to move on to agenda.
It will probably be best to go up and come back down, only because you're going to do video first.
Just want to say thank you to Enrichment, Karen Ron, and staff. You guys did an excellent job on the spelling bee, so thank you. Thank you, Karen.
Mr. Director, as our spelling bee winners and their families file out, we can move on to agenda item number 2, which is a recognition of the 2025-26 Youth Basketball Championship teams.
The Community Services, Recreation, Park Maintenance Department embraces and enhances community diversity through programs, services, and facilities that improve the quality of life for people of all ages and abilities throughout the community. One of the ways the department fulfills this mission is through youth sports programs, including soccer, basketball, football, and softball. The department would like to congratulate the youth being recognized today for their outstanding efforts during the 2025-2026 basketball season. Their commitment, sportsmanship, and dedication exemplified the spirit of these programs and did not go unnoticed. So we would like to, Mr. Chair, we'd like to recognize those children who won the basketball championships this year. But before we do that, I would like to say thank you. Kids, we have a lot of kids in this room. We all need to say thank you to your parents. 1, 2, 3. It's a lot of work, and we do acknowledge that. So thank you to the parents as well. At this time, I'd like to introduce Scott Griffey, our Recreation Program Manager, who's in charge of our youth sports department.
Thanks, Mike. As we usually do, before we get in and give the awards, we've got a couple of things we'll talk about, some of our numbers, and we'll show a brief PowerPoint presentation of some pictures of the teams, some actions at the championship games. So to start off, this year we had a total of 111 teams, a total of 960 participants. We played 618 games. I don't know if that counted playoffs or not, counting playoffs. It didn't count playoffs, so we had a little bit more than that, probably closer to 700. Little drop off from the previous year. That's been a trend, and we're trying to push back for that. Also, we've had some growing pains with ActiveNet, so we're hoping after this baseball season we'll get everything on board with people with their new accounts so we can continue to climb. So still a very great season. We've got some great teams here to honor. So before we do that, we have the PowerPoint that can show some pictures, and feel free to cheer for your team when you see that. So we're going to start with.
Excuse me.
Sorry
Real
about
quick.
that.
So before we bring up all the champions, I do want to encourage all of you to not be. You do not have to leave because there's a lot of really important information that happens as in your parks about construction and all kind of stuff that's happening in your parks that you may want to know. So if you don't have to leave, stay. It shouldn't take too much longer. You might learn something and realize that there's a lot of stuff happening in your park and around the city that you want to take advantage of. Okay, that's all I want to say. Thank you.
So we're going to start with the youngest divisions first, starting with the boys 1A. So you'll be first up. If you can make your way to my right, 1A girls, you'll be on deck. So if we can bring up the 1A boys, Delamo Warriors, their coach, Peach, or not Peach, Carolyn. Is Carolyn there? Freddie? No? Freddie. So to introduce the team, the coach from you guys stay over here on this side. We're going to call you guys up one at a time. Yeah. So Freddie Sykes. Freddie Sykes.
Good day, sir. How you been? I want to say thank you to everybody, especially our parents who put in some hard work and labor and getting them there and all those such things. And I'd like to compliment the gentleman that made our situation here at Delamo Park great. We expect to be here every year. I'm going to just tell you that right now. But we enjoy every moment. There are some teams here that when I was at Stevenson, I would be jumping up and down too. But right now, I love my Delamo Park, all right? So, Mr. Bynum has been a great for us. And I just want to say thank you, him and his assistants. And I mean, it's just something about being in this position because I've been here several times and I enjoy and I want him to enjoy every bit of it. So he'll be back and you'll see him more often, okay? Thank you. You want to say something?
They're going to call the names. I just want to say I really, 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 really enjoy coaching for the Delamo Park. And I grew up there, and I'm just excited that I was able to help develop and structure these kids to win a championship. Every year we have a winning team, whoever I have on the team, but this team is really, really special. They came in just the beginning of the season, said, Coach, we want to win a champion for you. And they had, some of them never been on my team, but some of them had heard about us, and and especially Mr. Grayson, he was like, Coach, I really want to help win a championship here. And so, and that's what we did. We went on, I told him, if you give me 1 hour, I'll get you to the playoffs. When we got to the playoffs, I told him, hey, you give me your time and your effort, and we can win this championship. And they did that. And I just want to commend them and thank them for listening and developing, because some of them were way down here, never played, but now they can be starters anywhere they go. So I just want to say congratulations to you guys, and thank you for the city of Carson. Thank you for doing this. And thank you, Coach Fred, and to my assistant coach, the best defensive coach around. So thank you, Antonio. All right, so first up, Patrick. Patrick is a defensive monster. Next up is King Aaron, my son. He was the MVP of the championship game with 16 points. Next up, the leading scorer all season, Antonio Hall. Sir. My big man, Mr. Rebound himself, Mr. Grayson, offense and defense. Congratulations, man. Elijah, my Mr. Six Man, defense of the year. Hey, man. Congratulations, Elijah. One kid that he facilitated the ball all season. He's not here. He had to go to a plane, jump on a plane. but Mr. Mason. Let's give it up to him. He didn't play for us. My little monster defensive player, Mr. Carson. Come on. And then my youngest, but I call him Big Baby Davis, because he's the youngest of the crew, but he makes me smile every time I see the development of what he's going to do and what he has done. So come on, Mr. Stacy. Big Baby Davis. All right. And we got to get one for him. And Mr. Antonio Hall, my assistant coach. All right. All right, thank you. Thank you, City of Carson.
Okay, 2A boys, you're on deck. Now to introduce this 1A girls team, we'll bring up senior or center supervisor from Stevenson Park. Stevenson, I meant to say Stevenson. AJ.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Stevenson Park in the house. All right, all right. That's what I like to hear. Listen, I got about 4 teams to introduce today, so I don't want to give a speech before every team, so I want to take a little time to first and foremost, parents, give yourself a round of applause for bringing these kids to practices and games. None of this is possible without you guys and your support, so I truly appreciate that. Also, although we're acknowledging the championship teams today, I was at the city championships all day, and some of these matchups, and I give it up to Delamo Warriors, but they played against our other 1A Stevenson Park team. So our Stevenson Park team was the runner-up in that game. As well as in the boys 2A, we had 2 teams from Stevenson playing each other. So one of the teams couldn't be here, but I want you to know how deep our talent pool is. I got 3 teams in every division. And to go through the juggernaut of a whole season and all these teams, and these teams be the last one standing, that is a huge accomplishment. There's a big moment for all the kids, so I do want to give it up to you guys. And then the last thing I want to say is none of this is possible. I've been fortunate enough to have great coaches. Coaches at Stevenson Park are top tier. They take passion. They have passion in what they do. They really want to get the kids to the next level. And all my coaches would know this when I say this. I don't preach wins and losses. I said if you get the kids at this level, and when they're done with you, they're at this level, that's the win. If you get to this level, that's great. But I don't preach wins and losses. I think the kids' development is more important than that, and I think that's what this testament of today is all about. So thank you. All right, without further ado, I want to bring up the coach of my girls in 1A Swish, Mr. Stephen Lenore.
Thank you. Yeah. Back to back. I just want to thank all the parents, just all the family members, everybody that showed support. We was here last year. We won the championship last year, and it's a testament to all the parents that brought the kids back. So I really want to shout out the parents and my assistant coach, Coach Jaron, because he been with me. Yeah, he been with me since the beginning, and with his support, you know, it's when you have a good assistant coach, you know, we all working. You know, all of us are working parents. You know, we have to do homework. We have to do a lot. So when you have a good assistant coach like Coach Jaron, he's coaching baseball. He just came from baseball practice. So we're really dedicated at Stevenson Park. We really care about the girls. And I have 2 daughters myself. I never knew anything about girls basketball. You know, I played basketball in college, boys, but I never knew anything about girls basketball until I started coaching my daughters. And I love it. I love it because the girls, they get down, they gritty. Girls are gritty, and they listen, and they're very structured, and they listen. And every girl here, I'm very proud of because some of the girls never played before, and that was their first year playing last year, and their parents brought them back. So thank you, parents. All right, so we're gonna start off with a girl she's a Park kid, a real Testament Park kid. She's gritty, she hustle. Anything that you tell her to do, she gonna do it. And I love her parents because her parents put her in every sport. Taylor. Yeah. And this girl right here, she's a coach's kid. She's Coach Jaron's daughter, and the same for her. She's in every single sport. She hustle. She's smart. She has a good IQ for the game. She works hard on defense, and we couldn't win this championship without her. Paige. So for this girl, we got 2 Giselles on the team, one with a G, and so I have to say G and J all the time. But this G right here, she's a lefty. Anybody that know about basketball, lefties are hard to guard. James Harden, they hard to guard. So this girl, she was our power forward, small forward, center, everything. G, Giselle. So we got 2 girls that's missing, but I do want to shout them out. Eden Hill and Clara Hahn. I want to shout them out because that was a first year playing. And me and G, we looked at the roster. We was like, man, we got a lot of first timers. I don't know if any coaches out there, when y'all see like first timers, you like, oh man, we got a lot of work to do. But they listened and they did awesome. So I just want to shout them out. And this girl right here, I've been talking to her dad for a long time, and I know Fred left. I don't know if Fred's still here, but they trying to take her already. They trying to steal her already, but I actually got her from Dominguez Park because I talked to her dad, Kareem. Shout out Kareem. What up, Kareem? What up? Yeah. So I just want to give a shout out to Kareem because this girl, she really developed this year. This was my center. She in the finals game, the championship game, she had about 20 points. She was everywhere. And I think she's going to get better and better. She's going to keep growing. She's going to be taller than me. So any coaches out there, don't take her. Don't take her. Sky Jordan. Yeah. Oh, okay, so for this girl, we got twins on our team. We got twins on our team. So these girls, they like glue. They stick together. They go everywhere together. They play every sport. I love them to death. I love their mom. I love their dad, their brother. They work so hard. They play great defense. And with them girls, we needed them because they were very beneficial to our championship run from last year and this year. Tommy! Good job, Tommy. And now we got the other twin too. She's very important. She listens. She's always focused. She's playing baseball this year too, so she plays every single sport. And I really love that her parents are really involved. So Cammy. Good job, Kimmy. And so the last 2 girls, I don't know if y'all can see, but these are my daughters. the last two girls. I'm gonna start with my oldest. She was everything for my team this year. In the championship game, we played against a girl they call Lil Kobe. She was killing. I mean, killing, killing, killing. And she had 4 steals on her in the championship game. So I feel like she could be a great defender. She keep working. She play every sport: soccer, softball, basketball. And I really want to shout out my assistant coach Jaron, because he really like, oh, put her in this, Steven, put her in that, coach. So I want to shout out Coach Jaron. Giselle! And then the last but not least, the shortest girl on my team, I had to move her up because I didn't want to go back and forth. I know a lot of parents out here, you got to go to all these different practices. So I moved her up. She was only 7 years old playing with 9-year-olds and 10-years-olds. And she started. So she's a dog. She's a dog on defense. And I don't care about size. I don't care about height. She go get it. Jyla!
All right, next up, I want to go ahead and introduce my next team in the boys 2A division. Again, this is another division that was a hard-fought game against the other rival team within Stevenson Park. I want to give it up to our coach, though, who came out successful for the boys 2A Jayhawks. Give it up for Mr. Reggie Culver.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not going to do too much talking. I already shouted out the kids at our banquet and everything, but I do want to thank everybody with the city of Carson, all the parents. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, AJ, for allowing me to coach up at the park. I got in last minute, too. I didn't even get the chance to see tryouts or nothing, so I got what I was dealt from the draft, and I made it happen. So that's a testimony to me coaching. Shout out to my team mom. And I just want to shout out a couple of people with the city of Carson, because they've been knowing me since I was these boys' age. And most importantly, when this guy coached me at these boys' age, and that's Mike Whitaker. So thank you, Mike. Full circle moment for sure. A lot of the things that I ran, I learned from him, so I really appreciate it. Another person is Kenny, Peach, and Fred. I appreciate you guys as well. And with that being said, I'm gonna do a little something different if that's cool. With these certificates, I'm gonna also present the team with these rings. Right here? I can do it in the middle. That's fine. Shout out to one of my parents for setting this up as well, and that's Mr. Charles right here. So shout out to him. Y'all give him a round of applause. Now, with that being said, the first person up is Chase Banks. Next person up is Carson Dunlap. Y'all step on my left every time, okay? Hey, when y'all come up, make sure you get your stuff. Take my hand, ring, left. All right? Next person is Chasey Zell. Next up, Harrison's not here. Preston Lewis. Yeah. But take it. Let's crank his mama again. Good job, man. Okay. Next up is Christian Murdoch. Next up is Jeremiah Nathan. Jordan Quarterman. Last but not least, Isaiah Roberts. Okay. And I also want to shout out my team mom. She was excellent for us. Mrs. Dunlap, thank you so much.
All right, next up, I want to go ahead and introduce. Well, I don't know if our coach is here, so I might have to name it, but it's for our girls 2A city champion, Lady Trojans, Coach Rob, or I don't think Coach Rob is here today. So I'll go ahead and acknowledge the players. Give me 1 second. Might need some help here. She's not here. She's not here. I don't know. All right, sorry if I don't want to mean to butcher nobody's name. Is it Aka Chuku. No, not here. Okay. Aura Barnes. Not here. Okay. Aubrey Ingram. Harper Johnson. Constance Rhodes. London, no. Sophia Warder. All right, and these are the representatives for the girls 2A Lady Trojans. All right. Now moving on to the girls 3A city champions, Stevenson Park Lady Bruins. I want to bring up the head coach, Mr. Kenny Harris.
I wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Yeah, we did. And I was trying to help too. Anyways, I just want to start off by saying what a great season. Like AJ said, the championship games were amazing. I got a chance to watch probably 80% of the games, and every single game was close. Unfortunately, we didn't have to play a championship game, and that's because we won the first round and the second round. That's why we didn't have a lot of pitchers, girls, just so you know. That's why don't feel slighted. But I just want to say all three of these ladies right here was my first time ever coaching them. And I got to say, from the beginning to where we got to, 100% improvement. I mean, I was blown away. They were doing things I had never seen kids do that had not played. I think Isabel had been playing before, but Stephanie had coached before, but this is the first time I really kind of coached with Haley. This was Haley's first time, and Haley was jumping out the Harley. I'm sorry, Harley. My bad. Sorry. Harley was jumping out the gym. I was like, wow, did you guys see that? I was talking. I had a great time watching you guys. I really enjoyed you guys, and thank you so much. A lot of our other girls had other commitments, so I'll just go through the roster, if you don't mind, and just announce everybody. Yep. So Isabella Yee, Harley, Naomi's not here. Oh, AJ. And we didn't get our championship, so we got medals. Jaden and Jamie Stubberfield. Adania. Leilani Jordan. Stephanie. Sanila. And Layla.
Our 3A boys from Anderson Park bring up her team, Andrea Peach, better known as Peach.
Peach. Is this on? You guys can hear me. Hey, you guys getting ready to leave? Come back in. No. I just want to say thank you to all the parents. I can say everything. Hey there. I can say everything that these other directors have said. One thing they didn't say, and this is coming from my heart, without you guys, we don't exist. And I thank you for that. So, this gentleman here, this is our second year working together, but he'll tell you a story about me being his first baseball coach in 1A or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember that far back. Coach Mills, come on down.
This first kid I like to call up works hard. Name is Dylan Henderson. All right. There you go. Second kid got better and better every week. Kendrick Williams. All right. Next kid is Kobe in the making, Caleb Calloway. Mr. Hunter Clay Wilson, work hard. There we go, H. Last one is Chandler Mills. Keep working.
And we did have a 4A boys league, but as older kids are, sometimes they don't show up, so we don't. I don't believe we have any players here. So the 4A boys championship this year was from Veterans Park, but we have a senior center supervisor, Isaacs, over there. He's not going to come up here and talk, but we'll just congratulate him. Thank you again for everybody. Baseball, softball season starts in a little over a week. Thank you to Nancy for making sure everything ran smooth, and Edgar always taking pictures and doing everything he does. Appreciate everybody. Thank you.
All right.
But I also like to take this opportunity to thank Nancy and Scott for their hard work with the youth sports season.
All right. So as we compete with the roar of the crowd.
And commissioners, I just want to make sure you guys know Scott, long-time employee, has decided in July he will be retiring. So many, many years of service, Scott.
Congratulations, Scott. And now we're going to move on to agenda item number 3, our parks construction and projects update. And I will just say, if you are still in here, have a seat, because this is going to be really, really interesting, and excited to see the progress that is happening in your city. Mr. Director?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Since the groundbreaking ceremony, substantial progress has been achieved on several major facilities within the city. Carriage Crest Park and Mills Park are currently under construction and undergoing significant renovations. Given the scope and complexity of these projects, it is our priority to ensure the Commission remains fully informed. As an extension of our department, the Commission plays a vital role in communicating with residents, many of whom frequently inquire about project timelines and completion dates. We want to ensure you are equipped with the most current and accurate information to confidently address these inquiries. As requested by the director, an agenda item will now be included each month to provide construction updates. This item will remain on the agenda until all renovations have been successfully completed. Mr. Chair, at this time, my staff will go through with their reports in regards to all of the construction updates that we currently have here in the city of Carson.
So for recreation, we have several projects going on. One that just came off the list was Poisia Park that we reopened at the end of January. Beautiful facility. And so tonight I'll be talking about the following three: Carriage Crest Park, Mills Park, and some updates on the outdoor fitness equipment repairs. Right now, estimated completion will be for Carriage Crest, we're looking at June, July 2026. Mills Park is still to be determined. Right now we are working on 100% construction drawings and then going out to bid this year and hopefully starting construction right after that once we award the contract. The other one is the outdoor fitness. We've have the company, so they have the parts ordered, and we're looking at having that being completed by November of this year. Here's the last high-level concept of Carriage Crest Park. So going from 5 acres to 15 acres, the additional parking lot in the bottom right, the 2 high school size soccer fields in the top right-hand corner. We also will have lines for flag football and smaller soccer. We have 3 baseball fields. We have 3 pickleball courts, 2 full basketball courts, outdoor fitness equipment, a new playground, a nice big large electronic marquee on the corner of Fig and Sepulveda. That's going up right now, and you'll see that in pictures coming up. And then actually an entryway off of Moneta, the cul-de-sac right there, so people in the neighborhood could actually walk right into from off of Moneta. It'll be gated. That could be locked at night. Some pictures of the current construction going on. So you can see the marquee in the top left. They're still doing a lot of groundwork, a lot of dirt, but then also you can see some rebar going down and pouring concrete. So getting the pathways along the north side by the resident houses, and then getting the pickleball and the exercise area graded and ready. Also have the snack bar going on, so the mitigation underneath that, and then having the snack bar and the remote restrooms in the top left-hand corner. You can see some of the concrete poured on the north side there. We're also doing the buildings on the bottom left. They're doing the building on park maintenance storage, and there's also going to be restrooms down there as well. And another picture of the marquee. Mills Park is currently paused at this point, so we're working on the construction drawings, but these are just some of the pictures of the current construction that has been completed. So that's a full-size basketball court. Here's the rendering of Mills Park. So it shows the playgrounds being combined, picnic shelters for the 3 picnic shelters on the east of the park, and then the building expansion. Wading pool is going away, and it'll be a splash pad. And so increased storage in the mills for the expansion, and the park maintenance storage, and outside remote restrooms.
Just one thing in regards to Mills Park. Mills Park is a project that started, and we had to stop the project because of the construction company that was chosen. The work was substandard, so we had to go back out and get a new contractor. So things are going a little slower than we anticipated. But we do anticipate, we would like to have Mills Park completed before the end of this year. But as all of you that know me know, I won't give you an exact date. That is based on weather, that's based on supplies, but we anticipate hopefully we can have it ready by December or January of next year.
The last part of my report is the outdoor fitness equipment. This was actually grant money that we received from LA County at these 5 facilities. Mills Park is not included because we're actually replacing all the equipment there. So this is maintenance. This is to replace broken equipment on the workout equipment. So Anderson Park, Callis Park, Dolphin Park, Dominguez Park, and Hemingway. No money coming out of the city's reserves or anything for this. This is a pass-through. So we basically submitted a grant or submitted, to use grant funds for this, and we were awarded it. So $102,000 that's going to be going towards repairing some of the broken equipment out there at these sites. At this time, I'll pass it over to my coworker, Modesto Bolanos, the park maintenance superintendent.
Good evening, Commission. So real quick for updates for park maintenance. Number one being the infill laser leveling. So I wanted to give you quick updates on that. We have completed infill laser leveling. We finished Dominguez Park. We finished Stevenson Park, Dolphin Park, and currently we are with our last park, Hemingway Park, which should be completed by tomorrow, the latest Saturday. So we're ready for baseball season. Main fields have been laser leveled. For pest control, I'm going to pass this on to our account manager from Corky's. He'll give you a little update on how the gopher situation is going at our parks.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. My name is Hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Thank you for having me here. My name is Jose, but you guys can call me JJ. I am the branch manager for Corky's Pest Control. So we've been aggressively attacking these parks. There's 4 of them that we're solely focusing on most due to the fact that baseball season is coming and it's close. So we have increased our efforts to 2 times a week. So we've been, for this month alone, we've been giving them at least 8 visits. As you guys can see, we're having success in some areas of the park. Happy to say that 2 out of the 4 parks that have a heavy activity, been able to bring those numbers down to probably 5 mounts each time we go and visit now. We're not in the area where we want to be, but we're still constantly aggressively trapping these gophers. And not only combination using the trapping gophers, we're also using a CO2 machine, carbon monoxide, and we'll gas these tunnels. And as you can see here in this photo, this is the most recent capture from one of our technicians. We're not letting up. And as soon as baseball season starts, we're still going to be attacking these parks aggressively. Any questions?
I want to say thank you to Corky's Pest Control for doing such a great job. I know that the pictures are a bit gory, but to be totally honest, by us utilizing Corky's Pest Control, this is going to stop our kids and all the adults from being injured on the park. We have many, many kids who fall, their feet fall through the hole that they dig up, they break their ankles, they have all kind of different issues, and so it's just good that we have a system that's working so that we can definitely get the numbers down to a reasonable place where all of our kids and our adults feel safe playing on our fields. So thank you, Mr. Chair. I think we had some additional comments as well.
Yeah, was this the last part of the updates? Okay. Can you hang tight until after the report? Because I think there are a few questions from the commission. All right, thank you.
All right, so looking ahead in the future, right, what does park maintenance have, or community services park maintenance have for the future? So the aquatics, right, our aquatic slides at Dominguez Park and Hemingway Park, they are long overdue. They're long overdue for a gel and recoat and resurfacing, right, and have some little fiberglass work that needs to be done. And so we recently went out to RFP. We're going to go to council to award a bidder. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and resurface both of those slides, but also including a 5-year maintenance project. And so that was the before. This is the after. This is what it should look like. It should look like brand new slides, ready for the pool season. And that's it. That's all I got.
All right. So we have our representative from Corky's here. I know there are a couple of questions. Commissioner Hunter.
First, thank you very much, Dominguez Park. Dominguez Park, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Now, are you saying that when you go to Dominguez Park, are you getting 5 or more?
At Dominguez Park, the last time I checked in the report, and I did make notes on this. On the last visit, we only found 4 mounts.
Thank you. It looks great.
Thank you.
I didn't twist my ankle
Thank
when
you.
I took a walk.
Let me know when we're doing a good job, but also let me know when you feel that we're doing a bad job. That's how we stay on top of it.
Great. Anyone else?
I just wanted to know if you could remind us which 4 parks.
The 4 parks that we're aggressively attacking, it's Hemingway Park, Dominguez Park, Dolphin Park, and Del Amo Park.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Just quickly, you're under contract with the city for how long?
I would have to circle back on you on that. I don't have the exact date on it. I think.
Can you answer that, Mr. Director?
Yeah, it's been approximately since this new contract that we've come up with. It's been a little over 2 years.
2 years, and they have what, 5 years? How long do they have?
It's 3 to 5 years. Yes.
How many?
3 years. 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Anyone else? I have one question.
Sure.
And this may have been answered before, and I just don't remember. Can you eradicate gophers, or are they just contained?
No, it's just contained. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of them 100%. It's just keeping them under control. And when it comes down to gophers, it depends how aggressive we are.
Got it. So even if, and this is just for my own, because I don't know why I'm a nerd like this. So like, once you get them, you can't like seal up the park per se. It's just, you just have to keep.
Well, there's a lot of techniques out there that I've seen other companies use, but I don't like recommending things that I've seen that don't have success. Like for instance, they'll put a wire mesh over when they resod the entire grass, they'll put something like at least 6 inches down, but it doesn't really work because the gophers will just shoot straight through it. And then you can put a fence line going all the way down at least 6 feet, and they'll still manage to go around because these gophers will, let's say for instance, pop out of the neighbor's yard, cross the street, hit the soil, go around it, and just start digging.
So go for
one thing I have learned over the 25 years of doing pest control, never underestimate them. When you least suspect it, they surprise you.
Got it. So the movie Caddyshack was actually corrected.
True. I'm surprised I didn't star in it.
Right. All right, anybody else? Thank you, JJ, for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Chair, that concludes our report.
Thank you. All right, now we're going to move on to public and oral communications from the on agenda items. Do we have anybody signed up to speak? There are none. Thank you. And we're going to move on to the consent calendar. I will happily take a motion to accept the consent calendar unless you would like to pull any items off.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
We have a motion and a second. Did you want to say anything? Okay. All right. So we have a motion and a second. Call for the vote.
All in favor?
Oh, that's me. I'm thinking we're doing a roll call. I'm so sorry. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, the same. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you. I thought we was doing a roll call for some reason. All right, now we're gonna move on to the discussion, public and oral communications for matters not listed on the agenda. Has anyone signed up to speak on anything not listed on the agenda, Madam Secretary? Thank you. And so now we're gonna move on to Commissioner oral communications and park staff oral communications. We're gonna start to my immediate left, Commissioner Brown. Turn your mic on.
Good evening, everyone. Mills Park, as you guys know, is still down, but I attended the State of the City, which was awesome, and also I attended the Nate Reddick volunteer banquet last Friday. So last week was pretty busy, but two great events, and I'm complete.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Hunter.
Good evening, everyone. Representing Dominguez Park. I went to the park. The park looks good. There were no complaints from none of the staff and/or the community. The basketball courts look good. I do have one question. There was a puddle of water that was. I know it's no rain, and I don't know when the sprinkler comes on, but there was a puddle of water right at the sidewalk end as you come into the park. Um, I thought I would just mention that. Other than that, the park looked great. The leveling looks good, and man, you can't tell the gophers. I mean, the holes, they were level too. So I went to actually I went to the State of City. It was great. I love the game. I guess that was an AI game, but the game the mayor played was really nice, and she spoke very well. I like how she brought out the information that she wanted us to hear. So, other than that, I am complete with my report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For Sia Park, really, really impressed with how it turned out. Maintenance there's almost every day. They clean up that park very good. We're really enjoying it, and that facility really looks so nice now. It really, really turned out really good. And the maintenance, kudos to you. I just want to quickly remind June 6th is Philippine Independence Day Foundation celebration, one of the biggest events in the city. So, along with the staff, Isaac, the director, we're busy putting that event together, and we want to thank the staff for leading this event with my organization, Philippine Independence Day Foundation. Thank you. See you on June 6th. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Hilliard.
I don't have anything to report.
Commissioner Cortado.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Visited Callis Park and Perry Park. I know director said they give him, was it 60 days or 90 days for those windscreens to go up. When I stopped by Perry Park today, the playground equipment is starting to look really worn, sun damaged. Like to know if and when we're gonna be getting money for our mini parks to have some refurbishments done too. While I was at Callis Park today, I noticed that on the tennis court and the basketball court, which are extremely excellent painted, there's a lot of skid marks from scooters, kids on bikes going in. I mean, I can understand it being on the basketball court because those are open, but there's marks on the tennis courts as well. Because when I went at 2 o'clock today, the tennis courts were open and unlocked. And when I got there, the kids weren't in the tennis court. They were on the outside, but you could tell that they'd probably been in there rolling around on their scooter and just putting rubber marks all over the brand new painting. The signage outside of Callis Park, one side is damaged. I know you said all the parks are going to be going to electronic signage. When is Callis Park going to be on that, or can we get that one side of the sign fixed because the glass got broke? Also, when I was on the city website the other day and I was looking at the city calendar, they have the meetings for planning, all the other commissions, but when you look at today's date, there's no Parks and Rec meeting showing up on the city calendar. So you can go in and see other commissions and when they're meeting, but ours is not on there. Also, when it comes to registration, what is the policy on people getting a refund if they don't play that sport? So, you know, let's say something comes up and that person has to back out of that sport due to whatever circumstances, they don't play anything. What is the city's policy on if they get a refund or not? I know Callis Park is doing their egg extravaganza hunt tonight, so I missed out on that because I had to come here. They have canceled their car show for this year because they're not sure if the park will be open in September or if they're going to get shut down for the, you know, new things coming in. The volunteer dinner, I did not know about. Every year, it's always on Programs at a Glance. You know, the calendar we get, Programs at a Glance. It's not there. The only thing that I see on there was it saying for the Cesar Chavez event. There was no Nate Riddick volunteer dinner on Programs at a Glance. So I did not know about it. I did not get an invitation, which I know as a commissioner, we don't get them. We have to volunteer. But I saw photos, and it kind of looked like not a lot of people got invitations. It just didn't look like it has in the past. And I know the city puts their heart and soul into that to, you know, make it great for our volunteers. And I would like to see, you know, more volunteers. There's a couple other things that I, you know, want to mention about it, but I'll do that off when we're done. One of them actually is how many hours do you have to volunteer a year to be invited to the volunteer dinner? And with that, I am good.
Thank you. Commissioner DeHealy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Dolphin Park, there's not much to observe or complain about it because everybody seems to be happy over there because of the newly installed windbreaker, which is I receive a lot of compliments on that, and all the inquiries that they have is when will the additional pickleball would be installed. Every time they see me, they always ask that. But I have some inquiries about Fusia Park. Commissioner Alex is right that the facilities are great and everything seems to be running perfect. Yeah, but I receive a lot of inquiries and, of course, complaint about the time of the schedule of the park. The park, usually on Saturdays, they have put it on display. It opens 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday, 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. I've been there 2 successive Sundays now, and I was there 4, but all the facilities, I mean, those restrooms and everything are closed at 5. And that's when people are starting to come in also. And the gate was closed, and some of the cars were left inside. So I have to call Mr. Bulanos one time. But we were able to get all the cars out, all in some sides. But especially now that the daylight is here, daylight savings, during that time it's still very early. So people are looking for restrooms and they're locked. So I told them when they inquired about it, and I said I will inquire also to the director. So what is the reason why they close at 5 p.m. when people are still that is the time that they they come in, and there was a lot of kids. Really, the kids park is really nice and beautiful. Uh, that's all for me tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Gonzalez.
Yes, good evening, everybody. I have a question pretty much for our Superintendent Modesto. Are we on point with the scoreboards for the baseball season that's coming up? Also, I wish everybody blessed Holy Week, or for some, is a spring break. I want to ask is we are ready for our FIFA World Cup, as they're going to be visiting our parks. And my concern is for all the parks when it comes to trash. After school, during the early hours, since maintenance are actually there and they clean our parks. But when the kids goes out of school and they go hang up at the parks, is when the majority of the trash start showing up. And also dogs. I've been visiting the parks and still dogs are running around. The owners are not responsible, and we know that they're not allowed. It's a municipal call. But so I was wondering if we can promote some kind of signage before the FIFA World Cup and add some trash cans as well at our parks. And with that, thank you.
Thank you. A couple of things. So at Stevenson Park, a couple of things have happened since the last meeting. Council member Juwan Hilton had a town hall on March 12th, and also on March 15th was the basketball banquet for the park, where it was a festive event, and I'm pretty sure. And so, the one thing that interesting happened is that we had one of our vendors had a catering truck and it got stuck, and so I just want to commend the park maintenance crew for coming out, fixing it, and really pulling double duty for fixing it and doing the laser leveling at the same time. And so to be able to scratch your nose and your ear at the same time sometimes is a talent that cannot be measured with simple accolades. And so thank you very much for getting Stevenson Park back in shape and ready for baseball season. April 1st is going to be Stevenson Park's flashlight egg hunt. So if any of you want to come and bring a flashlight out, feel free. And I'm sure the kids will love to see you out there. As long as you don't take all their eggs, they'll be happy. A couple of things that I did want to just bring up though is so this could be a bit of a sensitive subject. So I trust is a safe place except for what we see on YouTube. But and every single, I think one of the things tonight we got a chance to recognize all the champions in basketball, and we do that for every single sport that we have. There's a couple of realities I think that we're dealing with that I would love for us to, if we can address it, cool. If not, it's fine. But I think by and large, the park staff is doing a phenomenal job with the spirit of recreational sports, which is what AJ said earlier. And he said this is about development. It's not about wins and losses. It is about development. Of course, we do recognize champions, but most importantly, and what we've heard from a lot of these coaches is that the kids develop throughout the course of the season. They may have come in not being able to dribble with their left hand. Next thing you know, they're shooting left-hand layups by the end of the season. But the other unfortunate reality that we see is that we do know that there are coaches that will take an entire team and sometimes a travel team and go to a park that does not have a lot of kids, and this is in every single sport, that doesn't have a lot of kids that will sign up and we'll move that whole team there, and they would just run the gamut against a lot of the kids that we call park kids. And although, we don't want to discourage kids from playing, there's a reality that that type of behavior discourages the spirit of what recreational sports is. And I do think that to a large extent, um, even if nothing can be done about it, I think that to the extent that we can discourage it, we should, because a lot of these kids really do get out there and they want a fair shot to be able to win a championship against kids that are playing in the park just like them. They're not necessarily going to park practice on Tuesday and Thursday and then going to the travel team practice on Wednesday and Friday, and then going to an AAU tournament the Saturday after they play in the park league. And if that's what you do, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. You have the right to do that. But it's not fair for a lot of these kids who are just playing at the park because that's what their parents want them to do, to keep them out of trouble and just to learn the sport. And this is in every single sport, every single season, we see this. And so I just really would I just want to just kind of lift that up. Um, and wherever that goes is where it goes, and it is what it is. The other thing I wanted to bring up, I know I got a chance to attend the State of the City as well, and let me just say I think it gets better and better every year. The food was good because I was hungry. It was at lunchtime, Uh, but I mean, I think the presentation of even how the city, the presentation of the city, I think was phenomenal. The creativity of the Jeopardy game was really cool. But one of the things that Mayor Lula Davis Holmes said that I thought was really intriguing was for the 2028 Olympics, the fact that, and we know that, and for the 2028 Olympics, the fact that the country or that Great Britain have been coming to Carson to look at Carson being a place where they can host some of their activations and activities. For those of you who don't know, uh, there's a concept called the hospitality house that a lot of countries do during Olympics, where they become cultural centers, but also gathering places for people to want to learn about their home country, but also for people traveling from the home country that be to be like a home base. And so for any city to be able to host the country is really a big deal for both for cultural reasons, but also for economic reasons in some cases, but just it helps to put your city on the map. And so I would really love to see kind of, and I don't expect a report tonight on that, but just going forward, like as these things happen, how is Carson beyond hosting games? How will we really uh, position ourselves to be on a world stage, either as a hospitality house, as a place for activations and the like? And one of the things that I think that'd be really, really cool, because we have like 2 years to do it, is for the events that are being hosted in the city of Carson to make sure that our Carson communities really know what's being hosted in the city, and if there could be some way to do like some activations around that, so that for because I know for a lot of these sports they're not like traditional sports. For our young people to frankly be exposed to it, because sometimes a lot of kids they don't even know if the velodrome exists, and yet there's going to be gold medals handed out there, right? And a lot of times they're right in their backyard. And so I love to kind of see how that happens. And I've taken up my own 3 minutes. And so thank you for indulging me um, in this. And that concludes my report, Mr. Director.
In regards to our staff communication, I will start with our admin secretary, Kimberly.
I have two items. So the first one, I gave everyone an updated copy of the schedule for the year. We made one change for next month. It's going to be at the community center. So please take note of that. And the second item is for the annual report. We're at the last stage. We're just making edits, but I do need photos from the following commissioners: Commissioner Gonzalez, Langston, and Johnson. I know that Commissioner Langston and Johnson are not here, but Commissioner Gonzalez, if you can it'll take like less than a second. If I can take your photo. Oh, did I? Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, I have two more people. Um, I've been trying to get a hold of them, but I'll keep trying. But I just
I'll
really
call
need
them.
those photos. Yeah. Thank you. That's all.
Superintendent Grove.
Good evening, commissioners. Just to give you a quick update over at the Carson Event Center, we've been quite busy this past month where we actually, as you guys are aware, we did host the British delegation, which worked out really well. And we also had the State of the City last week where we had over 700 participants in the program, which was really great. Just to give you an update on some upcoming events that we're hosting, we have the Autism Acceptance 5K, which is going to be April 4th from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. here at the Carson Event Center. We are still taking registration for that. You can register on ActiveNet. It's $15, and hope to see all you guys there. Also coming up is the Mental Health Forum, which would be May 23rd here at the event center as well from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that concludes my portion. Thank you. Oh, yeah. So real quick, the 5K was changed. Last year we were staying at Cal State Dominguez Hills. This year is here at the Carson Event Center. We weren't able to host it at Cal State Dominguez Hills as they have other activities going on at that time. Now that concludes my event. Thank you.
Superintendent Gerson.
Thank you, Director Whitaker. Some updates from Recreation. Tomorrow night is our Unity Farm Workers Dignity Day. It'll be at the Carson Event Center, Hall ABC, at 6 p.m. Also, I have Earth Day Kids Fest coming up April 11th. That'll be at 11 o'clock at Dolphin. T-ball, baseball, softball, like Scott mentioned, it's coming just around the corner, so season can begin as early as April 5th. I know sometimes they do it during the week as well. And we also have Cinco de Mayo at Carson on May 2nd, so we're entering into our special event season. So looking forward to seeing you guys out there, and Modesto has the great job of making sure these parks are nice and green. Other things that you guys reported on, a lot of spring break events at the park. I know Richmond does one at Perry. You know, probably look at the programs at a glance. You'll see a lot of the spring break events going on. To try and answer some of the questions, I might not answer all of them, but thank you, Commissioner Cortado, regarding Perry playground equipment. I'll reach out to our Public Works building maintenance to go over there and take a look. I'll look at it myself. And they have an account, so hopefully they could, you know, we could replace some of that equipment. The marquee, that's the first I've heard of it at Callis Park, so I'll work with my staff in Public Works on getting that glass replaced, fixed. I know that was something also that Public Works Building Maintenance was working on you know, the electronic marquees, so looking at what they have in their budget to replace and the plan on that. Refunds, it's kind of, you know, it's changed over time because we used to have registration and we used to be able to refund the registration. We don't charge registration anymore. Mostly what we're charging for now is a uniform. So if a uniform is ordered, usually it's difficult to get a refund for the uniform if it's already been purchased. So it's a case by case depending on what's going on. So I definitely recommend them reaching out to our to the supervisor at the park, and then if they need to, following up with the program manager, Scott Griffey.
Just something really quick in regards to that also. I just want to make sure that there's an understanding of what's being asked. If they sign up for basketball and the last day is this coming Friday or this coming Saturday, and then on the next week, they wait 1 week, and then they say that they don't want to play anymore, but they've already paid for a uniform. We can't call the vendor back and say they quit, don't do this uniform. It's a bulk order. And so in doing that, that's a loss on their part in regards to that. So I'm almost certain that's exactly what someone has stated in regards to a refund. We give refunds for everything if it's within reason, but it's really only the registration that's refunded. If your uniform has been ordered with the vendor, you will not, under any circumstances, receive a refund. Because now, if we end up doing that, the park actually has to pay for it, and the park takes a loss. and that's not fair to the Park Volunteer Association. So that's what it is in regards to refunds.
Okay. I know also park schedule came up. Well, it's, we have an annual budget. We have to stay within that budget, and what the current operating hours, like you mentioned, it's 10 to 5 on Saturday, 12 to 5 unless there's a permit or something, and that's usually we charge to the reservations account for that permit. So that's currently what's budgeted. So that's why staff leave at 5 o'clock. If we ask them to make announcements on the park, so usually if they're closing up the parking lot, they are making announcements on the PA. Same thing with dogs. They make announcements on the PA, no dogs allowed on the park. Once again, we are just informers. We are not the enforcers. And that is something that I know they do touch base with the park patrol on that, and public safety if needed regarding dogs in the park and so forth. Scoreboards, that was something that we have looked at it. I have not heard any reports of any scoreboards not working. Good on the scoreboards. We got them replaced. Next thing we're looking at is scoreboards at replace the ones in Stevenson Gym. So that's something that we're going to be working on in the future, is the scoreboards in Stevenson Gym. And that completes my report. Thank you.
Superintendent Bolanos.
Good evening, commissioners. Just a quick update. Commissioner Hunter, in regards to the puddle on the sidewalk, I'll get with my staff. Perhaps they were working on some of the sprinklers, adjusting them, so some overspray might have got on the sidewalk, but that's our goal, not to have any water puddling on the sidewalk, right? And so I'll get with my staff to find out what was going on there. Commissioner DeHealy, just a quick update. The lights at Dolphin Park are being worked on this whole week. I believe Public Works is done on those. I know that they got 2 poles, or 2 banks, as they call them, up and running. And so we should be good for baseball season. So lights have been worked on at Dolphin Park. Commissioner Gonzalez, scoreboards is good. And Commissioner Lawrence, thank you for the kudos on that rut situation that we had, but we took care of it. No problem, we'll get it done. That concludes my reports.
Thank you, staff. In regards to Commissioner Hunter's comments, in regards to the Jeopardy game, which we phrased it Carsonarity, that was not AI generated. That was real. We were at a real sound studio, which is here in the city of Carson, and that those were actual actors that were playing the game. We actually hired them. No probation for that one. Commissioner Kanglet, thanks for the comments in regards to Foysia Park. It really does look nice. Just an update in regards to Foysia Park. We are doing some renovations that are coming up, which will be inside. We've gotten the outside the way that it's supposed to look, but we have to change the guts a little bit. So we're doing all of the parks in regards to make sure we change out the restrooms, and we're also going to be putting new floors and putting some new paint on the rooms. So that's definitely coming, and that's going to be for all parks. Some will happen faster than others, but we just got to stick to it. We're going to try to make sure we do it as quickly as possible. Commissioner Cortado, windscreens, I still have time. That statement was made 30 days ago. We still have time. We do have some that have gone up. I have talked with Public Works already. Public Works is taking care of the windscreens. We don't physically put up windscreens. We just put the request in and push until they fall over into doing it. So we're going to keep pushing, but that is part of the Public Works Department, so we'll continue to push them to have that done. In regards to the marks on the basketball courts and the tennis courts, it's extremely unfortunate is what I will say. It can happen at any time. It can be happening before the park open, once the park closes. We had the same issue with the new electric scooters over at Foysia, that they were driving across the brand new grass, and we almost didn't have green grass when we opened. But Tim will definitely take a note of that, and we'll talk to public safety to see if the camera's catching anything. But in that particular regard, all we can do is try to make sure that we get out in those areas as much as possible. But they're not going to do it while we're there. They're going to do it when we're not, and that's part of the problem as well. Tim talked about the sign at the front. Just a note in regards to the signs that we have at the park. We have a standard for all our signs that we have at all the facilities. We're trying to knock them out a little bit at a time. With the construction that we're currently doing, with the renovations that we're currently doing, we're going to get around to all the parks. We just need more time. We know that we've done a lot of work and we have a lot of work to do, but we just need time. We can't do it all simultaneously. So we do have a plan. We've already changed out maybe 4 or 5 of the signs that we have. I know we did. The last one that we've completed was Hemingway Park. And those signs are extremely expensive. Tim, what's the price on those signs?
So he's talking about the concrete sign at Hemingway
Yes.
Park. So if it's single or double sided, it could be anywhere from $9,000 to $14,000.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to get those out as quickly as we can. We have a plan to get all of them done. Unfortunately, we have not gotten around to Callis Park yet. City calendar. PRCAC is not on city calendar. I will check on that. Kimberly and I will check on that to make sure that that's posted each individual month. And then in regards to these events, I'm going to ask my superintendents, Bobby Grove and also Tim Grierson, to do a monthly look, or have one of your staff do a monthly look of events that you have for that month that's on the city calendar, to make sure that they are on those programs at a glance. It's our duty to make sure that the information that's on there is all the information that we're providing. We don't want anyone to miss anything, but we will take a look at those on a monthly basis more often. We talked about the refund policy already. We talked about the volunteer banquet not being in the programs at a glance. The low numbers. The low numbers have been dwindling for the last 10 years. This used to be a different type of event. Maybe we need to look at it a little bit differently in regards to the event that we're putting on and how we market the events. We have to be extremely careful, and it does take a lot of work for staff to actually put these kinds of events on for a volunteer banquet. I wasn't able to attend the banquet last week on Friday, but we will definitely look at it again, and when we do our debriefing, we will discuss that. The last part was volunteer hours. In order to be invited to the volunteer banquet, you need to complete 100 hours annually in order to be invited to the volunteer banquet. For those who are not, that's something that we're going to have to continue to work on as well. We want more people. I mean, if we spend $15,000 on a banquet, I don't want 5 people to come and sit at the table with me. I want every table to be full. So we'll definitely work on that as well. In regards to Dolphin Park pickleball court construction, this one is something that we need the tennis players. We didn't know that was a viable option in regards to Dolphin Park. So we didn't take one of the courts away, and we added a court to Dolphin Park. We plan to fix the tennis courts. It does not take a day. It took us almost a year to go through, get the funds, get the contracts. It's an actual process. So we will be transferring that to a pickleball court, as we stated before. We just ask for your patience in regards to that. And we ask that the players at Dolphin Park are a little more patient in regards to that. If they would like to, we do have Hemingway Park. They have pickleball courts galore. They can go over, take a number. We have courts that are available there until we get additional courts at Dolphin Park. But until then, we just ask for your patience again. In terms of Foysia Park, time of operation, gates are locked when cars are inside. All of the parks that we have close at 5 p.m. on the weekend. That is a policy that has gone through City Council. It has been approved by City Council. I understand that now time has changed, so now more people would like to utilize the park. Unfortunately, this stipulation has been part of our policy for over 40 years. It's always closed at 5 o'clock p.m. because we also have staff members that also have a life. They're coming on the weekends and working on the weekends. And in most cases, this is their second job. So they're working a job during the week and they have a second job on the weekends. I think that they do a great job in maintaining the parks, but at the same time, the changing the hours as a director of the department, I would not agree with something like that. But if we would like to have a discussion in regards to that, we definitely can put it, as long as the chairman would like to do that, we can put it on the agenda and we can talk about it with all the commissioners in regards to that. What would happen is we would take that recommendation and we would take it to a city council meeting and put it in front of city council in regards to keeping the parks open later. But I will tell you, for me, knowing my staff and the amount of events that we already have in programs, I would not agree to that in that regard. So the parks actually do close at 5. We hope that people can enjoy them up until that time. The park is not actually closed. They can stay on the park after 5 p.m., but they would just have to do street parking. They cannot park in the parking lots. They would have to park outside of the parking lots. And the restrooms, if we leave the restrooms open, that's when they get damaged. That's when people go in and without the staff being there, we may have crimes that are being committed. We have gangs maybe hanging out. We want to make sure that we keep the park safe and looking good. So we want to make sure that they're open only during a time when staff are present to be on the facility. Commissioner Gonzalez asked about FIFA games. We are preparing for the games for FIFA on June the 12th. We will be having a watch party for the United States game. That will be at the Carson Event Center. We will have flyers that are going to be coming up soon and going out to the public in regards to that. I attended a meeting today for, oh no, I'm sorry. We have a lot of events. That was LA 28 today. We had a meeting yesterday in regards to FIFA, in regards to our watch party and what we're going to do. So that's something that's definitely on the radar, and that's something that we're definitely putting together right now. Dogs on the park. This is a big one for us. I have been an advocate for this. Our superintendent of recreation will tell you, my supervisors will tell you, we have no issues with that. We have had trainings in regards to our staff of what they're supposed to do in regards to that. We only notify. We do. I mean, there have been situations where we have had staff members speak to some people and they get so frustrated where they try to turn their dogs on our employees. And that's not what we're looking for. I don't have a ticket book. They don't have a badge. They do have a badge. They don't have a gun. They don't have handcuffs. They don't have mace. They don't have any of those things. And so to keep them safe, the only thing that I instruct them to do, and that's something that we've talked about many, many times, is every hour on the hour, at the top of the hour, we're making announcements right now for no dogs on the park, just so we can keep it fresh in everyone's head at different times of the day. And we do have signs all over the park. Not only do we have signs that show the actual code that says no dogs on the park, we actually have the black dog with the red circle with the line going through it. And so people know, because I've even walked up to people and I've asked them to remove their dog from the site. And, you know, they look at me as if I won't give any comments in regards to that, but I get some very, very ugly stares and some people who are extremely frustrated. But I will say this: after COVID, dogs are everywhere. I sat on a plane for 5 hours with 2 dogs sitting next to me on the floor, and so dogs are everywhere. In different cities, they do have a lot more dog parks, and so that's what I'm really pushing for. We have one dog park that's coming up in the next 4 to 5 months. We're going to have a second one that's coming up by the end of this year, which is going to be on Wilmington. I'm going to put one in each district. One dog park in each district. Okay, so that's the plan. We're trying to do it as quickly as possible because I know it does. It gets frustrating. You're walking on the park and you step in some stuff, or you see a dog using the restroom and you see people not picking it up. It's very, very frustrating. And so we are looking into that. And then the last thing is the trash on the park. Add trash cans. In all honesty, our parks are bombarded with trash cans. We have them all over. We change them out every year, year and a half. The kids are there. When the kids actually come to the parks, the actual staff, they're in transition. It's time for them to go for the end of day. They start at 6 in the morning. So they're there at 6 in the morning, and they usually leave their park facilities in between 3:30. And in doing that, the kids are getting out of school. Kids don't care. They're not going to put it in the trash can. They're just going to throw it on the ground. So our superintendent of recreation will talk to his staff a little bit more about when they get to the park at the very beginning to look around for trash in certain areas to make sure that we clean it up for the rest of the day. So we will definitely look into that. And that'll be on our staff, assisting park maintenance staff with getting those things out. One thing, Lawrence, Commissioner Chair Lawrence, in regards to Stevenson Park, coaching moving kids to a park that has no team. I heard the comment that he made. I picked it up. I hear it all the time. Every time we have this, I hear it. I've coached them for 3 years. How is that possible? Well, in the younger divisions, in the 5-year-old through the 8-year-old divisions, you can play for the same coach. You can say, I want to play for this coach. There is no draft. Sometimes you will have your neighbor, your niece, or your nephew on the same team. But what actually happens is once they get to the 1A division, there are teams that bounce around, and they're bouncing because they're running from us, because we chase them. We talk to each other internally, and we let each other know internally if a person is at Mills Park and then they're going over to another park, they'll actually get on the phone and call the other supervisor and say, hey, you got something coming to your park right now. But they do it in a specific way. They call around and they ask, how many kids do you have sign up in a specific division? Do you have a coach? And so in 50% of the cases, they're being honest. Some are really just looking to coach. Some are looking for a place to put their kids because they want to coach their kids at the same time. Some do cheat, and that's what I call it. It's no easier way to say it. They cheat. I have no need to bang on my chest because I went to 5 parks and gathered all of these kids together to put them on one team so I can say I won a city championship. What I prefer most is you deal with the kids that actually come to your actual site. This is the reason why we have a blind draft now. This is the reason why we changed it. Because when we didn't have the blind draft, they would pick these kids. Okay, I'll take Commissioner Kanglett. I'll take Commissioner Hilliard. I'll take Commissioner Dalek. That's the way the draft was before. Now, let's say all of you guys were the best in that particular division. We put all your names into a hat. All of you guys are equivalent. And they reach into a hat and pull a name out. Whatever name is on that card, that's who goes on your team. We go to the next coach. They pull a card, that's who's actually on their team. And that's how it's determined. We are aware. We have been digging for years. Scott Griffey, who left, that's been his lifelong dream to figure out a way where we can totally eradicate these coaches from doing that. But unfortunately, we have some parents that don't really understand the consequences of them moving the kids around like that. So we are aware of that. We are trying to, we are very diligent in regards to that. We've even stopped some of our coaches from coaching when we found that they've done that intentionally. So. in regards to the hospitality house, we are working on that right now. We hosted Great Britain last week. We took them on a parks tour. We took them to about 4 or 5 parks. We took them to our community center. We had lunch for them. We think that they're going to return, and they may be one of the cities that will actually be here, and we will use them. Well, not use them. We will use our staff to actually host those particular cities. The monies that we actually procure from those particular groups actually pay for the events that we also want to do during that time as well. So it goes through from one hand into the other to help. So now we don't have to pull money out of the city's general fund to have a street fair, because we are going to have a street fair for the Olympics. And we are going to be on Avalon Boulevard. We've already mapped it out. We've had, as I said, we've probably had about over 40 to 50 meetings for LA 28 already. We're averaging maybe 1 or 2 a week, to be totally honest. And so that is a big thing. All of the stuff that you guys see that are changing, people are saying we're trying to get ready for the Olympics. We're trying to get ready for the Olympics. That is ready. That is true on one hand. But me as a director, I'm using the Olympics to get what I need to give the residents what they really want. So if that's the way they want to see it, because once the Olympics is over, after those 17, 18 days, we still have beautiful facilities and buildings and things like that. And that's really what I'm looking for in regards to that. Thank you, everybody. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Director. So happy to hear these reports. With that,
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
thank you. Second. We have a motion and a second, and I don't hear any opposition. This meeting is adjourned.